I've based my Hot Word Friend solo piece on inspiring women who have been on Broadway and in musicals, and I've decided to like sing 3 songs and just like explain how the characters have kind of reached their goal and yeah.
What research have we done?
The research I've done is the lighting plan. Like the first song I'm going to sing is quite kind of dark and like kind of grimish, and I don't know, like just like red lighting, and then I just wanted a spotlight on me like at all times. But when I first walk in, I want to be outside the theatre, and I want to like have this following spotlight, and then it goes through the songs, and then the end songs can be dramatic. I was thinking like Dry Ice and stuff. My costume is simple. I want to be like, I chose white because it's like inspired from my favourite performer, and I just but with a bit of design, only because like if you have white, it doesn't. I want it like the words should speak more on the lighting and the sound and the music. I decided to have a body mic as well because with the body mic I can do more, and if I had a handheld mic it would restrict me from the acting that I can do. The makeup is quite simple, just decided to do a simple but still something that looks like the performers, that inspirations that I've looked at. The players have chosen the theatre, and I've decided to set the theatre now. Not say like proscenium, like traditional theatre, how you would see like the audience facing you, and just like a simple one. And I was thinking to go with the instrumental kind of like upbeat music, and so it gets them excited and stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Any thoughts, questions for Isha? Okay.
What songs are you actually going to sing?
I'm going to sing, the first song is Mama Who Bore Me from Spring Awakening. I'm going to sing On My Own from Les Mis, and then I'm going to sing Defying Gravity from Wicked.
Any other questions, comments, Jordan?
Why have you chosen a specific song? Like what links them together?
The first 2 links are like kind of finding, and it's just kind of like the topic of love, and then the third one is like the goal and she's trying to reach him. Yeah,
What inspirational women have you researched?
I've been researched people like Indina Menzel, Lee Michelle, just people who have just been on Broadway, but then like at the end I'm just gonna put like general women who have just inspired people like Marilyn Monroe, Rosa Parks, just people like that who just women can do things as everyone else.
Any areas for research for Isha? Anything that you think she should look into, or any other comments?
If you haven't already, have a look at what the songs actually mean. Like Defying Gravity is a really strong song, so just have a look at what they're trying to say in between the lines, basically.
Jordan?
Have you researched into like the actual songs themselves and like what the musicals are about and stuff like that, and like seeing how other people sing the songs?
Yeah, I just did like a small speech of it, of like how the characters connect and how they, just like an information kind of thing, but in short.
Matthew?
The songs that you've picked from like pretty big shows. So are you gonna sing them like a singer, or are you gonna perform them like you're playing a role?
I was just gonna act it out if I was like, I don't know, like I don't know. I've not thought of that yet. I was thinking to act it out, but like as me.
So as if you've got the role of Elphaba, as if you've got the role of
Yeah.
Fontino.
Yeah.
Very good. Any other comments or questions? Thank you very much. Let's go over to Jordan Worrell. Tell us your ideas of your fringe piece, any research you've been doing, and then we'll open it up to the group for questions or comments.
So basically at the moment with Fringe, I didn't want to work as a group with like the rest of my class because I've worked with them a few times over the year and stuff. So I decided that I wanted to do it on my own, and at the moment I was looking into like kind of not bullying because that's what I'm doing with my directors, but I wanted to look into mental health and stuff. So I decided to start researching into like, because I want to do dancing, so I thought, well, if I would take people, interview people about how they've gone through bullying and how they, like their process, and then dance to that, to them interviews, so that's kind of my idea at the moment.
Any questions for Jordan? Damien?
Can't that come across some people as being quite offensive?
Well, I don't know, because that's kind of what I'm looking at into at the moment, because I don't want to do something where it's like gonna affect the audience members personally. So I kind of just want to have the effect on the audience just to kind of bring across what bullying can do to people.
Nathan?
When you say like mental health, what mental health have you looked up like?
Well, at the moment I've looked into like kind of self-harming, like it's more kind of bullying side that I've looked into at the moment, not such the mental health,
Like
which
low
is what I was
self-esteem.
How
doing.
it can lead to mental health.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, areas for research for Jordan?
What if you can't get anyone who's willing to open up about?
I've already thought about that. If I can't get anyone to open up about it, I thought personally like kind of me videoing myself and saying kind of my story. Like how, because I think Kate triggered kind of the idea when she was thinking of doing that in their piece, speaking about her like specific story. So I thought, well, if I speak about mine and kind of do it in that sense, but I have already started to ask people to interview them, which people have agreed to it already. So.
What sort of staging are you looking at?
Well, I was thinking of doing it in theatre and around, and kind of performing like around people, and like not only performing in the middle, but working around people and using the stage, using all around the theatre really.
You said you wanted to do like a dance kind of
Yeah.
piece, yeah? So how are you going to convey to the audience that this is what this is about?
I was going to do that through the kind of speaking over the dancing, if you get me.
Okay.
Like, so say I was interviewing you, and like I'd be acting that out. So I'm kind of going to put them together so it's like a story, and that'd be like me dancing through the story and showing the pain and stuff that people go through.
Any other questions or comments for Jordan?
Have you thought of like putting up, making posters about people who've like overcome bullying?
No, not yet, but that's a good idea. Like, because I was thinking about just doing like no normal poster like what we do with community, just to kind of advertise it, but that'd be a good idea to actually, as I'm interviewing people, make posters of them specific people and have them around the room and stuff. That'd be a good idea.
Any other questions or comments for Jordan?
Are you thinking about using music or spoken word?
It'd be more, I don't know, because I did have the idea of having like, not spoken word, but then like a small like little piano track in the background of the spoken word, because then it kind of helped me with the dancing times and stuff.
Any other? Oh, Nathan.
I think it's like a good idea when like you look at bullying, like no one very really looks at the mental health bits. It's just like, and to have this one and you've done this, but it's not like the mental health side. I think it is a good idea.
Any others? No. Harrison and his group. Themes of your piece, what research you've done.
It's a French.
Yes.
Um,
So who's in your group first of all?
Connor Thompson, Connor Wilkinson and Paul Yeoman. Our idea is that me and Connor Pilkington are gonna be like ghosts or something. Something like along the line of ghosts, like a deepest, something like that. And we're gonna possess Chloe. But
Do you want to pass it on to me?
no. So it's starting off with Connor and Chloe move into an abandoned house that the previous owners just left, got up and left, or got up and died, and left all the belongings there. So like, everything that was there is still there. And Chloe had the idea of bringing in like having one of us do a double like character, one of us be a priest and like and do the exorcist thing to try and get the ghost out of Chloe. And to be doing that on Ouija board as well.
Yeah. Connor, have you got anything to add to that?
Just literally saying, instead of describing the whole story, it's going to be a horror-based performance. We're going to be performing on the stage. We're going to use multiple props. I'm looking into what's called now the practitioner Stanislavski, because it's more performance-based practitioner. We are going to use lighting and sound effects. Also, we're going to implement physical theatre instead of just like saying, "Oh, I'm possessed." We're going to use like actual show 'em by physical theatre. It's mostly going to be more like, keep on repeating myself, but physical theatre than actual words, the whole performance. We haven't figured out the whole story yet. It's going to be a bit iffy for now because we just started it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very nice. Connor, have you got anything else to add to it? Nothing at all?
Promotion, Connor. What? Promotion.
Oh, so,
The idea that you had.
oh, right. So basically we're gonna draw like a poster, but we're gonna have them set out on the stage, and then we're gonna copy them, put them on the computer, and then make posters of them. So basically it's us on a poster or draw.
Questions? Courtney?
I know you said obviously they've all just started it, but what's Connor actually doing in the actual play? Because you always like went on about you, Connor and Chloe.
Right,
Like,
Dad.
Yeah, they don't know if you guys mixed up because because he didn't mention me, didn't you, as the dad as well.
Thanks.
It's just you got the names mixed up.
right, okay.
Jordan?
Like you said, you looked in Stephen Berkoff.
No.
Oh no,
Stanislavski,
yeah.
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Like you said, you want to look into Stanislavski
Oh, yeah.
and you've looked into that kind of stuff. Have you not thought of looking into Stephen Berkoff Metamorphosis? Because that's kind of like you said, you want it creepy, but that'll kind of take things outside of the box and it'll be different. And it uses a lot of repetition and stuff in that. So just
Okay.
watch a few clips on YouTube. It's really good.
Yeah, thanks. Just
Questions, comments, other areas of research for that group?
No.
Rahila?
What type of lighting are you gonna have?
because these two are not supposed to be seen, Connor Hanson, we're going to get most of the lighting by the front of the stage, but the back is mostly going to be darker, so you won't see them two like manipulating her in the background. But we're also thinking of like spotlights and yeah, what's it? You're gonna ship us.
Very nice,
I think
okay.
it's you I was talking to like a few weeks ago, but I definitely had a conversation with Connor Pilkington to ask him about it. But have you seen the woman in black on stage?
Yes.
It was you I was talking to. Right, okay. So basically, use something similar to that. So you
Yeah,
know,
that's
like
what I'm thinking
you do
of.
see her, but you never see her fully.
Yeah.
So you see like the silhouettes and the movement and whatnot. I think you said about Harrison and Connor never really being seen. I think they should be seen, but not fully, and that's what creates
Yeah.
natural creepiness because you don't really know who they are or what they are. So obviously, in all blacks and whatnot, with very similar kind of
Yeah.
costume to kind of the woman in black. Using little things that are subtle that you have to really go out and notice. But obviously, her standing behind people and whatnot, you've got it. Like you'll be watching it and then you'll see it. And you go, oh, crap, that's really horrible. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It needs to be subtle. It's not just like, oh, I'm scary. You know what I mean? It's got to be a natural
Built up.
creepiness and naturally built up.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments for that group?